Coming at you from Tokyo, Japan, my name is David and this is my Toyota Altezza. When you remove the intake manifold, you're left with this black plastic manifold. Under that is a metal manifold, and then under that is the engine head. If you install 20 valve throttles with an adapter on them like I did, then you'll be bolting them to this plastic manifold. The PANIC ITBs, however, bolt to the metal manifold. Although the trouble I had with the 20 valve throttles could be put down to the balance screws, the gaskets, or the PCV installed incorrectly, I'm not taking any chances. So I'm going to remove the metal manifold, clean it, and install a new gasket. I'm just cleaning it up with some WD-40 and a razor blade. I decked both surfaces using some WD-40 and 1000 grit sandpaper just to get them clean enough for the new gasket that I have. Part number will be in the description. Get the new gasket on there. Done. Put this on. These need to be done up to 21 Newton meters. I'm going to do this in a crisscross pattern, and that means I'm going to have my clothes on all backwards. This middle one I have changed for a longer bolt because mine goes through the vacuum block. When you buy the PANIC ITBs, they send you an email with instructions on what you're supposed to do. So I'll run through that briefly for you now. You have to remove these clips, take this off and the spring off, and then take each throttle off. Before you do that, they recommend that you mark it so that you can line them back up where they were. So there we go, just a mark on each one so that I can line it up. You want it at the top because you need to reinstall them once it's in the car. If you mark the underside, you're not going to be able to see it. And this is where everything started to go bad for me. In hindsight, I would have marked everything. The top, the bottom, the sides, the trumpets on multiple locations, everywhere. But I'll go more into that in a minute. When you reinstall the grub screw, make sure you've got the Allen key opening at the top so that you can get at it, otherwise that's going to suck. Remove this clip somehow. There we go. They didn't use stainless hardware here, which is disappointing. They corrode really quickly. This little arm here has already got corrosion on it. The butterflies themselves have got like corrosion on them as well. Well, maybe not corrosion, but they are filthy with stains of what I think is corrosion that might not be. Anyway, let's get the clip off, which isn't the nicest thing in the world to do. I'm not sure why they used this sort of clip either. This is quite... I mean, did I bend that? Was it always like that? I don't even know. Yeah, I don't particularly like these clips. And if you lost one of these, where would you get another one? Where would you buy another one of them? It's all bent. The question is, did I bend it or was it already bent? Good question. I mean, I'm pushing on it. I can't bend it back. Ugh. Don't know. I'll leave it. They supply you with an Allen key so that you can undo these. This is our base plate. It's a nice piece of kit. It actually tapers in. I was unaware of that. I thought it was straight through. Well, that's interesting. A little bit of metal floating around. There's actually quite a bit of it. I might give that a clean. Oh, it's going to wash our marks off. That's brilliant. Fresh slate. There we go. You've got to check that the seals are still there and lined up nicely before you install it. It might be a good idea to put a little thin layer of oil on there too, but I mean, they don't say that in the instructions, so I'm not going to do that. It's pretty nice, isn't it? What do you think? But yeah, I'm still finding little bits of, like when I put it down, even on this new towel, I'm still finding little bits of aluminium falling off. Definitely give it a good clean. 3, 4, and this bitch. This is a bitch because it goes in from the back. Yeah, I'm still finding little bits of metal on my fingers and shit. Oh, it's from somewhere else. It's not. I swear it's not from anywhere else. It's coming from here. Whether it's coming off the thread of the stainless bolts that were in there or whether it's somewhere else, don't know, but it's definitely coming from here. My hands were clean. Yeah, look, I got little shards of metal all over my fingers now. Try and avoid getting any of that shit into the engine. I'm going to clean these guys off real quick. Any little bits of metal in there? Yeah, there's a bit. I'm way too paranoid about this shit. I really am. There's people that run these with no filter at all, and I'm worried about this shit. I just shouldn't, should I? Chill the f*** out, Dave. I've sprayed it down with parts cleaner a bunch. And covered it in spit, so whatever's still there now is going to stay there or fall into the engine. A Panic recommend Permatex Black, but I couldn't get that, so I'm using JB Weld Ultimate Black. This is good for 500 degrees. If this side of the engine gets to 500 degrees, then your 3D printed velocity stacks are just going to melt into the engine. And we're just going to go around the outside of these holes here. I have a feeling I'm going to make an absolute mess of this. Make sure you get a nice continuous line. Yeah, nah, not happening on my watch. Too much isn't really going to be a problem. You're just going to waste it when you wipe it away. Now this does actually suck because you don't really want it to touch until you've got the screws all lined up. You want to kind of keep it suspended. But it is a glorious fit, it really is. Panic don't list the torque setting, but lucky for me I have the service manual, so I will tell you what it needs to be. So that's lined up really well, so let's press it on. There we go. Okay, now this horrible one. This one goes down in behind here. Panic says to remove this so you can get more access, but I don't want to do that, so I'm going to try it with a magnet. Now if I just fandangle that up there. Oh, in mate, in. Easy, I didn't even need a magnet. That's simple, easy. Okay, what's the torque setting? Torque setting is 29. Anyway, there's no way to get a torque wrench into that back one, so... Oh shit, that's quite tight. What the hell? Okay, I'm stopping. That's all they're getting. Yeah, I don't want to go any more than that. Panic writes in bold, do not over tighten. Well, the manual says 29 into this. I'm not getting to 29. 21 will be fine. This one. Yep, ratchet spanner. That's the way. Flexible head, ratchet spanner. Just drop everything on the ground real quick. Can I access it from here maybe? Yep, can access it from here. There we go. And 21. Okay, there's a healthy amount of silicon coming out from the whole way around that, and that one, and that one, and that one. So we're going to use a rag to clean out the excess. The fit really is something special. The way these locate the thing without any chance of it moving is spot on. I really, really like that. I just pulled up the instructions on my phone and it says the next step is to install the vacuum hoses. Okay, the first one to install is the one with the throttle linkage on it. The line I drew on here doesn't really make any difference. When you tighten it up, it moves anyway. The hardware doesn't have washers on it. So when the bolt grips hold of the throttle body, it moves it. Then it says to do the throttle linkage stuff. And now the manual says to go in a clockwise direction. It doesn't say how tight to do them up though, which I don't like. I like to know how tight they need to be, rather than just guessing. Oh yeah, that sounds tight enough. Well, I mean, what sounds tight to me sounds loose to Arnold Schwarzenegger. It could be 0.5 millimeter higher up, but I mean, my mark line's up, so I guess this is where it was. Connect the throttle cable up. I had to modify mine, that's in another video. Install the remaining 3 throttle bodies, aligning them with the hash marks made earlier with a Sharpie marker. I like the fact that they use an O-ring rather than any gasket shit. It means you can put them on and take them off as many times as you like without having to worry about resealing them or anything. This butterfly is starting to rust. Now I need to plug in the TPS. Done. It's raining. Reinstall the 3 idle set screws and spring clips using a 2mm Allen wrench. I'm really not feeling these clips. If you pull the throttle open, it actually helps you to set these. Just a quick tip. It just doesn't line up properly on this one. Why though? It seems as though these clips are kind of bent to fit the spot that they came in. So be careful when you pull it apart, keep note of which one went where. This one was terrible, so I moved the clip over to there and now it's fine. So yeah, just be aware of that.